Hey friends, Jennifer here. In today's video, I'm going to be speaking mostly in Filipino, in Tagalog, because this video is for Filipino dual nationals, green card holders in the US. We know about the Iran and US conflict. Some countries a few days ago had to close their airspace because Iran had to try to retaliate. It wasn't successful. A lot of flights got canceled. So if you guys are traveling soon, be alert about what's going on. Even our kababayans in the Middle East, they're very close geographically to Iran. There is a ceasefire. Hopefully, that will continue na. Now, let's go about fake news. Madami pong fake news that are circulating online, and some of them are making Filipinos cancel their Philippine citizenship. So, there are false information circulating about dual citizenship and permanent resident travel restrictions. First, according to fake news, the US government is revoking dual citizenship. Trump administration is forcing Americans to choose one nationality or risk losing both. Second, permanent residents, di na daw pwede mag-travel. Restricted na daw yung travel nila. Both of these news are fake. They're not real, guys. They are widespread. They're everywhere. It could just be a clickbait title on a video, or it could be a news article from a fake news agency. Yeah, it's very hard now to identify what's real or not. Pero always check government sites. Look it up on Google, kasi if true naman, i-report niya ng all reputable news agencies. So, it's so bad that the Philippine Embassy in the US in Washington had to issue an advisory to Filipinos. The Filipino community are urged to verify information through official government sites, avoid sharing unverified information, and report false information to, say, Facebook or wherever you are watching. First up, it's not true that dual citizenship is cancelled. Do not make legal decisions based on fake news. Apparently, some Filipinos are calling the Philippine Embassy. Hello po, I want to cancel my Philippine citizenship. According to the Philippine Embassy, this is a serious and a major legal action that is irreversible. Renouncing your Philippine citizenship means cancelled. Ka-cancel yung Philippine passport mo. Hindi ka na maka-apply ng dual citizenship. That's complicated. Now, let's look at government sources. Let's go to the US Department of State website. Here, guys, it has not changed. It states here, US law does not impede its citizens' acquisition of foreign citizenship, whether by birth, descent, naturalization, or other form of acquisition by imposing requirements of permission from US courts or any governmental agency. Pwede pa rin, hindi pinipigilan ang maging dual national. While the dual citizenship rumor is false, there is really indeed naman, like the current administration, Trump's administration is trying to change the rule about citizenship, and that's talking about birthright citizenship. You know, when you are born, if pinanganak ka sa US, then you are like automatically US citizen. He's trying to change that rule, but it's not effective yet. It's still like the Supreme Court. Tinitingnan ba? So kung plan yung mag-apply ng dual citizenship, go. If you still don't feel at ease with the situation right now, you can apply later. No problem. Nandyan lang yan. Pero if you already have it, huwag mo namang basta-basta i-cancel. Kung hindi naman talaga malalim yung reason mo. Kasi mahirap na yan siyang i-reverse, guys. Now, let's move on to green card holders. Totoo ba, hindi na pwede mag-travel or limited na lang? No, that's not true, guys. You are free to travel still, but you have to follow some rules, of course. So, we know that in the US, there's a surge in immigration, detention, ICE pickups, di ba? Medyo may gulo dyan. And there were 2 Filipinos who were detained, and it made rounds on social media, na-report sa news. The first incident happened about, I think, 3 or 4 months ago. This was a Filipino who's been living in the US for about 50 years. My gosh, 50 years na siyang green card. 50 years na siyang green card holder, and she was vacationing here in the Philippines. Nagbakasyon lang, umuwi sa US, is stopped, na-hold, na-detain ng ICE matagal din. And later on, it was reported that this person, this Filipina, had a criminal conviction about 23 years ago of fraud and embezzlement. So that's major. That is major. That's a major criminal conviction. But it's very old. And then anyways, that kababayan has been released. So she's not in detention anymore. The other case happened a month ago. Another Filipino green card holder. This person is a guy. This guy has been in the US for 30 years. Since he was 12. He got detained as well. And then further investigation ng news found out that he had a criminal conviction. How long ago? 2002. About 20 years. More than 20 years ago din. It doesn't say ano yung criminal conviction niya, but it says moral turpitude. Ano yun? Moral turpitude, guys, yung very serious criminal offense like fraud, theft, abuse, yung mga physical abuse, sexual abuse, drugs or sex-related offenses. If you have that like criminal conviction like that, ano talaga, very risky yung visa mo. But with these two cases, we can tell that their conviction are old. My gosh, more than 20 years ago. So what? Like, is the US just coming after people with criminal conviction even though it's old and it's been served? Are there like new triggers? Did these people like commit new crimes? We don't know, but it is alarming because usually in like other countries, if you're holding a visa, you're holding, let's say, permanent visa, you did something bad, you ended up in prison. If this is something that could trigger a cancellation, they might warn you or cancel your visa. But that's immediately after you're convicted. Not 20 years later. Yeah. So, that's, for me, indeed alarming. Only if you have a record. Kung wala ka namang record, then I don't think you have to worry. Kung may record ka, mag-behave ka na lang po. Maybe avoid international travel indeed. And, you know, if the conviction has been long ago and you've been a good person, you might be able to apply for citizenship. It's best to get advice from an immigration lawyer. Kasi it doesn't mean na hindi ka na pwede. There are cases where they forgive you if you can prove that you are a good person na. So what about entering the country? Well, according to Customs and Border Protection officers, they have discretion that is wide. They have powers that they can use, you know, while you're at the airport. Lawful permanent residents convicted of offenses considered to be crimes involving moral turpitude can legally lose their status and be removed. Now, in normal circumstances, let's say you don't have a record, but you want to be safe. The first, guys, is if you are a green card holder, remember that if you travel. Second, if you have pending green card applications, hindi pa approved or it needs to be renewed, don't travel yet, fix it. Next one is sensitive. Political or activist. So, political and activist affiliations, it's sensitive these days, especially about Palestine. So, if you're on a visa and you're in a foreign country that does not want you to talk about that, maybe it's best to follow the rules of that country where you're staying. And lastly, if you're planning on being away for way too long, more than 6 months, meron kang re-entry permit, still have proof of your ties to the US. You have family here, you have business there pala sa US, proof of ties. And they might ask, what did you do abroad? Bakit masyado kang matagal? Funny, my experience entering the US, every time I go there, guys, I get asked so many questions. Like, grabe. Pero surprisingly, when I entered the US last month, I was not asked a single question. So interesting. I was nervous a little bit. Baka hindi ako papasukin. Edi wag, but they did. And it was the easiest entry I've ever had. In like, that would be my, I think, 5th or 4th time in the US. Anyways, going back to politics then, there is a very interesting kind of controversial rules by the US visa. So US embassies have announced, not just in the Philippines, all over the world, that all individuals applying for an F, M, or J non-immigrant visas are requested to adjust privacy settings on all of their social media accounts to public to facilitate vetting to establish their identity and admissibility to the United States. So yung mga naka-private, mga naka-lock profile, you have to set it to public. O yung may mga tinatagong pictures na itago nyo na yan. Ano-ano bang visa yung sinasabi? FMJ, student visas yan guys, academics, internships, naka-J1 visa yung mag-i-intern, mag-i-AU pair. Hindi naman minention ang tourist visa, but if I were you, I would just also be careful na lang. If you're posting, like, political stuff and you want to go to the US, they don't want that, so either you follow or you don't go. I'm just reporting. And sa Pilipinas din guys, dito bawal nga makisasaw yung foreigners sa politics at all. So, tayo may ganyan din tayong rules. In summary, please stay updated with airline announcements, especially with what's going on in the world. And if you have a clean record, you have complete papers, you don't need to be scared about traveling. Please get your news with reliable source. I will put my source in the comment section so you can check it for yourselves. God bless you all and stay safe.